What's up everybody, it's Mitch, and today I'm going to show you how to become a true champion of Runescape and get the ultimate strength cape and be a champion of the Champions Guild. So today my guide will include the monsters to fight, the most efficient armors to wear, the types of prayer potions and prayer required, and the best methods to get to 99 strength the fastest way. I'll be recording in a moment with the first step. Okay guys, for strength levels 1 to 20, you're going to need just a basic setup, such as bronze, an iron scimitar, or iron armor of course will work. I wouldn't worry too much about gloves and boots right now. And a ring, you can use a ring of wealth, even though I don't think these drop anything rare. I'm not 100% positive on that. And a glory, I'd advise if you had some money, spend it on that instead of something like an obsidian cape or so. The reason being just a small strength bonus and prayer bonus, etc. And a good defense bonus. So from levels 1 to 20, you won't need much food at all. In fact, the monks that you're going to be fighting can heal you, it just takes a little longer, so it is advised you buy some shrimp instead to save time on healing. Also, you need to kill 74 monks to get to level 20 strength, and it is advised if you don't have 20 strength and defense to do it now while you're here. Okay guys, this area is a members and non-members training area, and in both worlds it is just as effective. This area is good because it has cabbages just to the north which can heal you if you can't afford shrimp, and as I stated earlier, you can of course heal via the monks if that comes to a last resort. You need to kill 75, I think I just stated that. These do die rather easily. As you can see, I'm using noob gear and they still kind of just drop quite easily, but then again I do have higher stats, so that makes sense. Also, I might as well say this now instead of later because my friend's chat's going crazy. Please join my friend's chat. My name is EyePhree to join. You can see that, how it's spelled in the chat box now. And the reason being is because I often have my private turned off, and if you want any assistance from me in game, you can talk to me in there. And I do always reply unless I'm recording. So guys, it should only take about 10 minutes maybe, 15, to get the 20 strength level. And yeah, these don't drop anything as I was talking about earlier, so there is no point in a ring of wealth. They just drop bones, which you can train your prayer with, but that's just going to slow you down, as I said. Okay guys, on to step 2. If the monk area is too crowded, you can of course head just east to Edgeville. Here there is men, level 2. These you will need to kill 112 to get to level 20 strength. So it does not take much longer, but these of course drop staffs of air and earth talismans, which can make you a little extra cash if you don't have that on you. Step 2 to your 99 strength will be training from 20 to 40 strength, and defense and attack if you haven't got that and plan to achieve it. The best armor setup for that is mithril. If you have d'hide, you can use that, as it's a bit better. You should use a ring of wealth for this step, as I forgot to bring one, because I'm not here to collect charms, I'm simply making the guide. This is probably one of the most effective money parts of the guide. For here you should use a mithril weapon and some boots and gloves. Unfortunately, this area of the Edgeville dungeon is of course entering the wilderness. It is only level 2, but isn't that dangerous at all. If you are worried about the wilderness, however, go and earn yourself 10 dungeoneering, where you can use this mysterious entrance to train in an exclusive area with a few extra chaos droids. This area is, however, more populated because it isn't wilderness. There are a spawn of herbs in here. There is a Grammy Harrowlander in this corner, and a Grammy Marantil, and I'm pretty sure that a Qualm also spawns around here. But it isn't too recommended to loot them, as they're not worth as much. Though it does add up, but if you plan on staying for long trips, you can of course train there. Now, to get yourself 40 strength, you will need to kill 409 of these. That might sound slow, but it should only take around an hour, and training here you will earn yourself a lot of money. I don't know which one just attacked me. If you train here with the Ring of Wealth, the drop rate of herbs is about 1 in 4 to get something actually worth something. As I said earlier, you can of course loot all herbs and it will stack up, but to save banking time it is quicker to collect only the expensive herbs. Training here will take 409 kills, and in that time you will earn approximately 400k. This shouldn't take more than an hour and a half time, and the experience rate here is about 20k per hour at this level, though at a higher level like mine, if I choose to train in full armor and gear, I can get around 40,000 experience per hour and make a lot more money. The second best method is located on Ice Mountain next to the monastery where we train to 20 strength. It is just located to the west, and you can almost see it from the monastery. Here it is recommended that you use the same armor setup, though it isn't recommended that you use a Ring of Wealth, and if you can afford it you should use a Berserker or Warrior Ring. You shouldn't use a Ring of Wealth here because they do not drop anything of high value, though it is recommended that you bury the bones they drop to save you prayer experience later. To get to 40 strength here, you will only need to kill 194 Black Knights. It is recommended you bring a little better food as these are combat level 33 and can hit slightly higher than the Chaos Druids, though you should be safe. It is also not the wilderness here, which is why it is recommended to train here over the Chaos Druids. But you will lose a 400k profit in your net profit of gaining 99 strength. With this method, you can earn approximately 30k experience an hour with the highest gear setup that you can afford and the best strength bonus you can use. Now we're on to step 3, and here you would like a better defense bonus. You can now step up to a Fury, but it is recommended you still use a Ring of Wealth instead of a Berserker Ring or so. You would want some Rune Armor, and instead of a Rune Defender, if you either can't get it or would prefer the defense bonus, you could use an Obby Shield or a Rune Kite Shield. You would want some gloves from Recipe for Disaster, and Dragon Gloves if possible. Dragon Boots, sorry. An Abyssal Whip is recommended, but if you can't use it, you could use a Dragon Scimitar or still stick with Rune. And if you are mainly training strength, it is recommended you use a Dragon Scimitar, Brackish Blade, or Brine Saber, anything like that. Also, here is where you start to make some real money. I'll explain that in a moment. In the Anku dungeon, it is recommended that you use super strength and attack pots. The reason being is you will kill more per hour. These also drop a great source of charms, death runes, and blood runes, which is where you start to make the money and good summoning experience. You can also bury the bones to get the prayer experience you need. It is a recommended method that you use Bones to Peaches spells in here, as a food source instead of using, monkfish or shark, as these are campable and you can last a long time here. When you first come, you should bring 5 monkfish so that you can get the bones you need to use your first spell before having to eat, or possibly bank if you didn't bring monkfish. You could also bring maybe 10 bones with you to start. Each Anku you kill will give you 280 strength experience, or the attack style you are training with. It will also give 90 constitution experience, which is great experience. You will need to kill 2,501 Ankus to get to level 70 strength, or attack or defense, whichever you are training. Once you have a full inventory of bones, simply break 1 Bones to Peaches tab, and voila, Peaches you have. Now you can pretty much camp here for as long as you like, depending on how many Bones to Peaches spells you bring. After eating a peach, simply replace it with a bone. And as you can see, I am training with unfortunately 2 other people. Now, when this happens and you run out of Ankus, if you would like to be a little more effective with the money rate of profit and also a little extra range experience, you can of course use a cannon in here, a dwarf multi-cannon. Now, it isn't multi here, so it isn't that beneficial, but of course if somebody's out clicking you to Ankus and is that quick at killing that there actually isn't any for you to fight, I do recommend it, and it will boost your cash per hour, as you will get of course more drops. The cash rate here is 480k cash per hour on average. This is if you're only looting lore runes, death runes, and blood runes. These are the best to loot as they're stackable. Other drops like battle staffs are worth collecting if you bring alks with you, as they alk for about 7k. The battle staffs are however not worth collecting if you do not plan on alking them and are going to stay for a long time, because each battle staff you pick up will lose of course 1 peach next time you break a Bones to Peaches tab. Of course I forgot about the glorious adamant arrows. You can collect these of course and equip them. They are also great to pick up because they do stack up. The experience rate per hour here can vary between 40 to 60k experience per hour. To achieve the max experience, you should use the Hattie Claws if you have got them yet. You can also use stronger strength gear to train here. This will boost the experience rate, but will probably lower your defense if you use things like torsos. These also drop Bass, which was a great example, if you need the extra healing, because they are better than Peaches. Training here, if you can afford things like Bandos and are of course 65 defense, it is recommended. You can also train here with things like Overloads and Turmoil. This will boost the experience a lot, and with these methods you could actually get to around 70,000 experience per hour. Killing the 2,501 Ankus required to get level 70 strength will earn you approximately 8.5 million coins by selling your drops in the Grand Exchange, which is a great start to making your money. Okay guys, well I spent half an hour at the Ankus. I didn't stay there too long because I'm actually in quite a rush to make this video. So here are my drops: 3 Battle Staffs, 103 Adamant Arrows, 180 Pure Essence, 162 Blood Runes, Runner Seed, Canatine Seed, and the other reason I picked that up is because I plan to plant it, 190 Deaths, and 16 Laws. I also got 3 Blue Charms, 11 Crimsons, and 35 Gold, which isn't that bad. Okay guys, now to get to 99 there are 2 methods. One is the profit way, and one you will get there really quickly. Now, the profitable way is to kill 43,000 Ankus, and this will profit you 408 mil approximately. You should use a gear setup like this, as it has a high defense bonus, and you won't really need to take much food with you, and you can camp there for hours on end, which will make it a lot quicker. And the second method is to kill approximately 23,000 bandits. I say approximately because I can't guess exactly, because there are different leveled bandits there, and they give different amounts of experience per kill, etc. Now, these don't profit you as much, but the experience rate can be about 70,000 experience to 80,000 experience per hour there, if you decide to use Overloads, Turmoil, etc. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration in this gear. I'm not going to use the prayer method because it costs too much, and my defense level and bonus should tank them out anyway. I'm going to only be using normal super strength and attack, and only Monkfish to save money, because I'm not actually going to train there for too long. Now, the armor I'm going to show you recommended is a Helm of Nerdisnut. If you don't have any of that, Berserker Helm will do, or even just Rune, I guess. Fury is highly recommended. Good prayer bonus, because I'm going to flick prayer there, and of course I may screw up a few times, so I am going to be there for hours, I guess. You'd want a better prayer bonus. A trimmed cape, fire cape, anything. I just want the strength cape because it is a combat guide. A whip, rapier, or Saradomin sword if you're training strength. You'd want bandos because it's good prayer and defense. Dragonfire shield or dragon defender. Ring of wealth or berserker ring. Dragon boots or steadfast boots, whatever. And I'm going to be using the Hattie paws for the better experience. Though you can use any Barrows gloves or any recipe for disaster gloves or a regen bracelet. Okay guys, so as you can see, you can pretty much just camp here with auto retaliate on. I don't advise bringing a special weapon, it's kind of pointless. They do just repeatedly attack you. They do not hit through prayer if you would like to use the prayer method, though that is going to cost you more money. The drops here aren't so great. They drop a fair few runes, which is good, and do drop herbs, which is also not too bad, but definitely not as good as Ankus or anything like that. Now, the experience rate here is much better than Ankus, which is why I recommend it. But it does often get crashed by people with cannons, which can be a disadvantage, of course. So I guess that sums it up for my guide today, and if I get 50 likes, I'll leave my new ultimate money making guide. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Bye guys.